Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Shura Council discusses the strategy of fisheries wealth sector and establish an authority for food and medicine safety. The book Philosophical Approach of Sultan Qaboos, authored by Sudanese writer Dr. Abdul Mun'im Haymat, is launched. Training Forum for Private Training Establishments reviews developing human resources and modern methods used in public and private sector education institutions. Good evening once again. Those were the headlines, and now the news from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cabal of condolences to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud of Saudi Arabia, on the death of his brother, His Royal Highness Prince Mash'al bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud, Chairman of the Allegiance Council. Quantities of foodstuffs are exported to neighboring countries and then come back with increased prices, and 85% of the returns of the agriculture and fisheries wealth go to expatriates. This was revealed in Shura Council sessions during the hosting of His Excellency the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth. Among the discussed topics was also the need to establish an authority for food and medicine safety. The minister pointed out that 280,000 tons of fish were produced last year, and the aquaculture project will produce big quantities next year. The session also dealt with topics such as the change of the usage of agricultural lands to residential and commercial lands, especially in some parts of Al-Batina, and the increased prices of fodders. Office of the Advisor of His Majesty the Sultan for Cultural Affairs organized a launching ceremony for a book titled The Philosophical Approach of Sultan Qaboos. It was written by the Sudanese writer Dr. Abdul Mun'im Haymat. The 230-page book contains 10 chapters talking about the philosophical aspects of His Majesty's vision. The first chapter reviewed the biography and blessed march of His Majesty the Sultan. Other chapters discuss topics such as environment, sources of thinking, knowledge building, tolerance, shura, and change. The last chapter dealt with issues related to heritage, identity, and globalization. Discussing the development of human resources through qualifying and training and modern methods used in public and private education institutions were topics discussed at a training forum for private training establishments. The Minister of Manpower, in cooperation with the Minister of Civil Services, presented in the forum visual presentations on government services and facilities provided to private training establishments, which in turn gave some proposals on conditions they adopt to select national manpower and ways to conduct on-job training for them. The roles and experiences of human resources departments in the public sectors were also highlighted in the event. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. Out of 6 competitors, Aldan Theatre Team for Culture and Arts won the Best Comprehensive Theatrical Show at Beit Zubair. Modern technologies for foundations and roofs of environmental friendly buildings topped the discussions of a seminar which witnessed participation from specialists in the constructions field. The seminar reviewed these technologies of providing steels and cements and the importance of smart dumping, which many of big projects need. They are used in developed countries. These technologies reduce the cost and protect the environment. Engineers and technicians representing public and private establishments in the field of constructions took part in the event. The Ministry of Health organized a celebration on Hands Hygiene World Day. The ceremony included a campaign for World Health Organization, which is considered one of the annual international campaign, Save Lives, Clean Your Hands, and which aim to enhance hands hygiene at the level of central and referral hospitals in the Sultanate. The ceremony seeks to encourage health workers and contribute in uplifting awareness of the importance of hands hygiene inside health institutions and society, in addition to limit transmissions of infectious diseases inside and outside healthcare institutions.
Our aims today is to increase and raise the awareness on hand hygiene. Of course, it's not only the responsibility of those who are working in the prevention control, but also our aim and objective is to recruit others that are not working currently in infection control or the healthcare worker to develop the habit of really putting a good emphasis on hand hygiene importance. This celebration will be conducted on an annual basis. However, the practice should remain and continue all through, and we hope by next year we'll see much more awareness, we'll see much more commitment, not only from healthcare workers, but also from others outside the healthcare world.
The project of the role modeling in the hand hygiene, it started in 4 hospitals in Muscat region. The main aim of this project was to increase the hand hygiene compliance among healthcare workers in the healthcare facility. And it was in order to encourage the leader to be role model in hand hygiene to increase the compliance of the healthcare workers. So this project was being implemented in 4 phases.
Muscat securities market witnessed a number of profits gains in most key sectors, leading to a decrease in the general index by 50 points. Observers attributed this retreat to the global oil prices declines and the state of calm in global capital markets. The first theatre days concluded at Beit Zubair after 6 days of rigorous competitions from a number of theatrical teams. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi.
The theatre in round or arena theatre is one kind of theatre in which the audience is seated in a circle set up around the stage area. Beit Zubair Theatre Days were allocated in their first version for the Arena Theatre as a first-of-its-kind initiative in the Sultanate. 6 theatrical teams presented their plays over a period of 6 days. The performances focused on social, entertainment and some current issues. A large audience attended the theatrical days, including artists and theatre enthusiasts around the Sultanate.
I think the theatre it's working well, alhamdulillah, and as we can see, all the youth here, they are very excited about the shows, they are very enjoying the shows, and this is actually a very good point, for the theatre people anyway. Actually, there is no advice, there is encourage for all this youth, to keep working hard on this theatre.
Out of the 6 competing teams, a Den Theatre team for culture and arts won the best comprehensive theatrical show. These theatrical days come within the activities of Beit Zubair, which is considered one of the institutions dealing with the cultural affairs in the Sultanate. For the Sultanate of Oman Television English News, Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi, Muscat.
The Director General of Fisheries Wealth in the Governorate of South Sharqiya organized a forum entitled Introduction to Laws and Regulations of the Fishing Sector. The forum included a number of work papers, namely surface entrapment, illegal artisanal fishing, fishing law and marine safety systems. Under the theme, Family Without Drugs, the activities of the Health Week continued in the Wilayah of Saham in the Governorate of North Al-Batina. The activities, which were organized by the Health Committee in the Wilayah in cooperation with the Royal Oman Police, included exhibitions, awareness lectures and health seminars. The event also aimed to uplift youth's health awareness through the sessions which were presented by health specialists. The lectures focused on the ways to deal with the drug addicts, the health effects on them and methods to combat drug smuggling. To preserve the Omani heritage and encourage camel owners, activities of Al Nawadir Camel Festival were held in the Wilayah of Al Kamen and Al Wafi in the Governorate of South Sharqiya. The festival, which witnessed a wide participation from the camel owners, was accompanied by Omani song, arts and national poems. At the end of the event, prizes were presented to the winners of the race. And now all the way to Senegal. Women in Senegal use traditional cooperative microcredit schemes to save money and set up small business ventures or new homes. More details in the following report.
This poultry farmer on the outskirts of the Senegalese capital, Dakar, has revived her struggling venture with the help of a special kind of credit.
I bought the chicks for breeding with money from the tontine. At the bank you pay interest, but with the tontine there's no interest at all.
Popular in many parts of Africa, women often club together in what's called a tontine to save money. Members of this group pay in the equivalent of around €3 every week. And once every 5 years, it's your turn to take home the €750 jackpot.
The bank needs a lot of papers and everything, and guarantees. But we know each other, we live in the same neighbourhood, and we know everyone.
In the past, tontines were used to save for special events like weddings or baptisms. But now many women say they're more ambitious.
I can only count on the tontine. I can't get money from the bank.
There is a system of small fines to encourage regular payments into the pot, but sanctions are mostly social.
As villagers, we wouldn't dare burn up the money from the tontines without contributing. You'd get an earful. Even your grandkids would hear about it.
These women say it's about more than an interest-free lump sum. By giving a sense of community, purpose, control and achievement, the tontine itself hits the jackpot.
And now for the general weather forecast. Around the Sultanate, clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of cloud accumulation of the Hajar Mountains. Low clouds and fog are expected over the Governorate of South Sharqiya and Al-Wusta. Winds will be westerly to northwesterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with maximum wave height of 1 meter. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Shura Council discusses the strategy of fisheries wealth sector and establish an authority for food and medicine safety. The book, Philosophical Approach of Sultan Qaboos, authored by Sudanese writer Dr. Abdul Mun'im Haymat, is launched. The Training Forum for Private Training Establishments reviews development of developing human resources and modern methods used in public and private sector education institutions. And with that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin, brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. From the entire news team and myself, we do thank you for joining us. Wish you a pleasant evening and good night.